It's 2025, and that means it's time for the top 10 RC cars I recommend you buy this year. So we're going through 10 different categories, giving a best choice in each category, what I think is the best RC car you can buy for that type of RC. We review tons of RC cars on the channel, 40 to 50 a year, so I'm very familiar with pretty much everything that is out on the market, having driven just about everything, if not owned it. So we're also going to give an alternate option for each of the categories if you want something a little bit different or a little bit of a different choice. But yeah, let's get into the overview. First off is entry-level RCs, and Arma has been killing it in this category. They have the Mega line, so 3 different versions of the Gorgon, which is a monster truck, the Fury, which is a short course truck, and the Vortex 2-wheel drive, which is a stadium truck. So these are all fairly inexpensive cars, all under $200. You can get them with a battery and charger if you like, or without a battery and charger for a little bit cheaper. 2-wheel drive, not super fast out of the box, but they are upgradable to brushless power. Can handle it with just a motor ESC swap. So excellent choice, easy to work on. There's even a kit version for the Gorgon if you want to build one yourself. So great choice overall, good part support, high durability, high upgradability, and they drive really well out of the box. My personal pick is the Gorgon. I like the way it drives a little better. The Fury's more of a scaled short course truck, and the Vortex probably a little bit better of a handler, especially if you're driving on a racetrack. But you can't go wrong with any of these. As an alternate, I do like the Grom BLX series. So they have the Mojave Grom BLX and the Typhon Grom BLX. They also have a Granite, but I don't think that comes in a BLX version as of today. So I would probably go with one of the brushless vehicles. Super fast, close to 50 miles per hour. Fairly inexpensive again, under $200. Now they are smaller scale, more on like the 14 scale size. So if you want something a little bit bigger, you might want to go with like the Mega line rather than the Grom series. But crazy fast, really good choice for anyone starting out. You can run on 2S, you can run on 50% power, or if you're more experienced, they go really, really fast, handle well. You can drive them at 3S at 100% power, in which case you're going way faster than anyone could possibly need. So a great second choice is the Grom BLX series. In 2-wheel drive buggy, not much has changed for the most part. The big brands have not been releasing too much. There are rumors that TLR might release a new 22 like 6.0 or something, but it is not on the market yet. My choice would be the Team Associated B7. It's been out for about a year, a little bit less than a year. Excellent 2-wheel drive buggy, probably the most popular race buggy you can buy. Huge part support, huge upgrade path, really, really fast. They made a ton of changes with the sort of 5-gear transmission, the kingpin inclination, the really long arms, skinny chassis. So a lot of changes, upgrades that I think gives a little bit more corner speed than a lot of the other cars on the market. So great choice, the B7. There are maybe some durability concerns. Definitely people have been bending the chassis a little bit more easily than the B6 series, but I don't think you can go wrong with the B7. You can always upgrade as well if you want to go faster. So great choice overall. As an alternate, the Cougar LD3 from Schumacher is an excellent choice. A little bit more on the carpet side. I've got both of these, the B7 and LD3. I can't say one is really necessarily better than the other. Cougar is a little bit more of a carpet-based vehicle in my opinion. That's what they typically race in the UK. So a little bit more turf and carpet oriented than dirt. But it runs really well in all choices. A little bit different than your standard 2-wheel drive buggy as well. It's got the angled servo, the weight forward bias. The shocks are kind of an interesting 13mm style, sort of taper style springs and stuff. But yeah, I think they're starting to grow and get more popular here in the US. Whereas in the past, maybe they were only popular in the UK. They are more of a worldwide brand now, and I think gaining a lot of popularity. 10 scale monster truck is awesome. I love these bashers. My choice for the best basher on the market today is the Granite 404 2-3S BLX. Just got released. You can pre-order these. They should be shipping very soon. But a lot of updates to this monster truck. In the past I would say it was either this or the Team Associated Rival MT10, but with the Granite they add the center differential, they add the clipless body, a lot of hardware upgrades including the input steel gears, electronic changes as well. It's got stability control, so there's really no area where I think any other monster truck can beat the Granite. It's been upgraded to the point where it has everything else every other brand has and a little bit more. It's got high durability, probably the fastest thing out there. It's a great choice overall, drives well, stunt machine, entry-level machine. You really can't go wrong with the Granite 4x4 in my opinion. As a secondary choice, the Maverick Quantum 2 Flux is kind of a smaller brand. You know, Maverick is owned by HPI, not as popular as some of the other big boys, but they pack a lot into a fairly inexpensive pack. So at $250, this is one of the cheapest 110 scale four-wheel drive monster trucks you can get. A lot of metal hardware throughout. Decent part support. I wouldn't say it's quite as easy to get stuff, but you can get things at A-Main. You can get things from Hobby Recreation Products. So decent part support, and it's very durable. It handles well, good electronics, pretty good durability, and at a budget price that, you know, is not going to break the bank. Four-wheel drive buggy has not changed a ton in the last year. I would still go with the Team Associated B74.2. It's a proven platform, probably the most popular four-wheel drive buggy out there, especially here in the US. Good part support. It's been upgraded and, you know, has the same layout as pretty much every other four-wheel drive buggy out there. Still runs at the top of the pack at all the local races, national level, everything. Great choice overall. As a secondary option, X-Ray is one of the big brands out there, more of a luxury option, I guess, and the price certainly reflects that, but the XB4 is all new for 2025. They keep updating every single year, and to be quite honest, probably the buggy that most of the other brands are somewhat based off of. So this is the original sort of layout for the electronics and all that kind of stuff. And the 25 is just keeps getting better and better. Now prices are expensive. They do update every year, which can be a little bit of a downside because they kind of get obsolete fairly quickly. But if you want performance, high quality, everything, I think the X-Ray XB4 is an excellent secondary choice. Short course truck kind of comes in multiple flavors. Not as popular racing as it used to be in the past. The Techno SCT 410 2.0 would be my choice. Excellent basher, 4S capable. It is a kit you will have to build yourself. And it is sort of a combo race truck and basher. So they kind of came out with something a little bit more basher friendly, a little bit more affordable as well. Maybe not quite as high quality, highly upgraded parts as they have had in the past. But whether you want to drive outdoors, indoors, 4S, 3S, 2S, this can handle it all. They did update to a little bit more 10 scale. You know, it's got the 10 scale shocks from the EB410 and ET410 rather than the 16 millimeter bore shocks that they used to have. But still a great truck. Still probably the newest, best, and most durable short course truck you can get out there. If you just want to bash a little bit, the Sentin 223S is an excellent choice. One of the most durable RC cars I've ever had, especially for a short course truck. The body especially can take a beating. Unlike most short course trucks, the body does not break on this thing. So that's generally the weakest area on most short course trucks because the body covers half the truck. Takes a lot of damage for the most part unless you're landing perfectly on the wheels. But the Sentin, tons of bracing, huge durability. It does have the clipless body system, not too expensive at under $350, and it's got all the upgrades from the latest 223S systems with the new electronics, the center differential, clipless body, a lot of metal parts. Excellent choice overall. Nitro's not dead. Nitro seems to be getting a little bit of a comeback. My pick would be the Kyosho Inferno MP10. It is a ready to run, reasonably priced still, especially compared to the electronic stuff. Nitro is a little bit cheaper than electric. So if you want to get a Nitro, if you want a high quality vehicle, something you can actually race, probably the best engine out there, probably the highest performing as well for an RTR buggy, I would go the Kyosho. Pretty decent part support as well. Kyosho is still a fairly large brand. Not hugely popular here in the US, but they are trucking along. They're still making really good RTRs, and I do love the Inferno MP10. Just a great nitro buggy overall. As an alternate, the Traxxas Revo 3.3 is still around. They did discontinue the electric version, so some people think they're going to discontinue the nitro version, but it is for sale. 3.3 cc engine. Reasonably fast, a lot of technology even though it is an older truck. A little bit of weird stuff with the laydown shocks, the 2 servos, push rod suspension, but it is a great little monster truck. It was designed as a race truck, so it handles quite well, especially for a nitro monster truck, and still a great choice in the nitro class if you want to get into it. On the crawler side, I would go with Vanquish at this point. I used to recommend the Traxxas TRX4, but Vanquish has a wide variety of vehicles, whether you want a ready to run, whether you want a kit, whether you want a performance machine. They got the carbon edition, they got the straight axle stuff, the portal axle stuff. Vanquish has really good products, probably the highest quality products you can get there. Most well regarded. I would go with the Vanquish at this point if you want anything crawling. So you can customize it, you can build it how you want. If you just want a ready run, you always have that option. And the price is actually pretty reasonable at this point. They're not super expensive like they were in the past. So I can wholeheartedly recommend Vanquish VS410 today. As an alternate, the Traxxas TRX4 is still a good choice. Does come a lot of different choices, 6x6, 4x4, ready to run. They even have a chassis kit, a lot of different licensed bodies. Good performance as well, you know, more of a mainstream brand, so easier to get parts. There's a huge upgrade path, of course, as you would expect from any Traxxas product. TRX4 is not super expensive either. I think they keep the price somewhat reasonable, especially compared to other Traxxas products. So I do think the TRX4 is an excellent second choice. Stadium truck kind of comes and goes, and sometimes they swap out this category for something different, but there are some good stadium trucks on the market today. I do like the Team Associate T6.4 for a race truck. Not a whole lot of options. The TLR has been discontinued. Yokomo doesn't really make the YZT2 anymore. X-Ray has the XT2, but a little bit more fragile. I would go with the Team Associate T6.4. Proven platform, very fast. I assume at some point they'll come out with like a T7, so maybe this will be discontinued soon. But as of today, I think it's the best choice for a race stadium truck, two-wheel drive. If you want more of a bastard, the Arrma Vortex 4x4 2-3S BLX is a great choice. Fairly inexpensive, ready to run out of the box. Great performance. It actually drives quite a bit better than the old V3 edition. So this is the V4, been updated for 2025. Clipless body, center differential, steel spur gear. Pretty fast as well, close to 50 miles per hour, stability control. There's really nothing else on the market today that I think performs quite as well for a ready to run basher. So if you want something you just want to handle for fun on dirt, can take a beating, the Vortex 4x4 2-3S is a great choice. 1/8 scale monster truck, super fun class, a lot of different options, and I've got everything out there. My choice for the best 6S 1 scale monster truck would be the Kraton 6S V6. Now they used to have an EXP version V2. I have one of those as well. They did just discontinue it, but I think you get most of the upgrades actually in the V6. You get the 7075 chassis, you got the EXP diffs, you got really upgraded hubs, differential housings, the rear hubs, the steering knuckles. A lot of the option parts that used to come on the XP are now included on the regular V6, and the price didn't really change. So you get a lot for your money. This still has a separate receiver, and you can see if you're worried about that. The power has been upgraded on the ESC, new firmware, no downgrade in power compared to the other options out there. You really can't go wrong with the Arrma Kraton 6S V6. It does come with a couple of funky colors, but you know, they did switch up the body scheme stuff as well, and it does have the clipless body system, which is a nice upgrade. As an alternate, the Team Corelli Kagama 6S is a monster, one of the fastest RC cars you can buy out of the box. Ridiculous power, really good traction on the tires, handles quite well, very durable. You can double, triple backflip this thing to the moon. It is not really an entry-level vehicle. I wouldn't say it's really something meant for someone with no experience, but if you can handle the power, if you can tame the beast, it is a monster out there and a great choice. And they do have a little bit better part support than they have had in the past. It is carried by AMA now, which is nice to see. So I can recommend the Kagama 6S as a monster of a monster truck. Large scale is the big boys. And the king of the big boys, I would say, is still the X-Max. It is fairly expensive at this time, starting at $1,100, and then they do have the Ultimate Edition at $1,500. So a crazy amount of money. It keeps going up in price every year, but it is still the king of the monster trucks. Very durable, good part support, pretty good performance as well. You might want to upgrade the gearing on that, put in a little bit higher pinion gear or lower spur gear, get a little bit more speed. That's probably the only error I'd say you want to do out of the box. Yeah, it does have some weaknesses. If you want to jump these things huge, the center drive shaft can bend on massive jumps. I've bent several of those in the past. But the X-Max is still the king, just has gotten really expensive. As an alternate, I think the Red Cat Racing Vigilante is a very good choice. Hundreds of dollars cheaper than the X-Max, probably handles a little bit better as well. Styling, I like a little bit better. It has got some similarities, but it is different than the X-Max. A little bit easier to work on as well, but it is a beast. I do think it needs some upgrades out of the box. The differentials are fairly weak. Team Red Cat does have their own upgraded differentials. Vidifon also makes some. That's what I'm running in mine. Also, the battery tray is a little bit limited. They kind of get blocked by the center chassis braces and stuff. So MTC does make an upgrade for that. I would recommend getting that as well. But a couple of little upgrades, and it is a beast. It's durable. It drives really well. You can always increase the center diff fluid if you want to do more wheelies or backflips or something like that. And you can fit in a bigger motor and ESC if you get the M2C upgrade. So yeah, great choice for the Vigilante from Red Cat Racing. I think they killed it with this, coming up with something that in some ways is actually better than the X-Max and hundreds of dollars less. So anyways, those are my thoughts on the top 10 RC cars you can buy in 2025. Let me know what you think about this. Did I miss anything? Is there another RC car you would recommend over one of these? Throw a comment down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.